250 days. That is how long it's been since we've seen live high school football in this great state. We snapped that streak tonight right here on the 2025 KSAT Pigskin Classic, brought to you by Christus Children. A fantastic matchup between two teams ranked in the KSAT 12 poll, Clark and Sotomayor. Two teams coming in off playoff seasons, both looking to get back into the postseason. With KSAT 12 Sports Director Larry Ramirez, Hector Ledesma, and Larry, this one should be a lot of fun. Two teams that again have playoff aspirations, and a lot of folks would say have a good shot of getting back.
Absolutely.
San Antonio City Council passed a motion to censure District 8 Councilwoman Ivelisse Mesa Gonzalez, who was elected this summer. Gonzalez was arrested in July on suspicion of driving while intoxicated. 8 members voted in favor, 1 recused, and another was absent while Gonzalez abstained from the vote. What doctors call the summer surge regarding a hike in COVID-19 diagnoses locally comes amid new vaccine restrictions. Bullies with badges, that's a label the Balcony Heights mayor is using for a measure on the May 3rd ballot. Johnny Rodriguez wants to strip his town's police union of its collective bargaining rights. While Rodriguez is a harsh critic of the city's 18-person police force, saying it needs to be reformed, he maintains it's a matter of fiscal importance. Some local leaders are calling to increase the cost of parking tickets and traffic violations to generate additional revenue as the city looks for ways to address a massive budget shortfall this year. If approved, the fines would rise from a minimum of $27 to $47 and from a maximum of $227 to $247 starting October 1st. State and federal leaders held a press conference in Austin to discuss the parasitic fly known as a screwworm. It's an insect that causes severe and often fatal injuries in animals. Officials worry that if the fly reaches Texas, it could cause large economic losses.
Feels like a dream, to be honest.
There are dreams you wait to wake up from. And then there are dreams, or in Richie Torres' case, what's well beyond the wildest imagination.
I never thought I'd take it to college. Like, that never crossed my mind.
The term overnight success sometimes carries a bit of a negative stigma. For Richie Torres, it was a matter of circumstance, or circumstances. Southside High School was set at quarterback in his first 2 years there, with the program's all-time leading passer at the helm. When Richie's opening came, so did the virus that would change the world.
And he was unable to go to the camps, and he was unable to go to the combines because they weren't hosting any in the state of Texas, in most states, just wherever state. But so we were in lockdown, so he kind of missed his window as far as being seen and getting around, the state of Texas especially, and he just didn't have that opportunity.
Opportunity. It's a nuanced word when it comes to communities like Southside's, a district some, maybe many, in the San Antonio area refer to as out in the middle of nowhere. The school district serves neighborhoods that mostly fall in the bottom third of 60 zip codes within the city limits. With average household incomes between $24,000 and $32,000 a year, football most often isn't a priority for many who live here.
Before this past year with Camarillo and Young signing, the last signee was in 1977, and his name was Pearson. He signed with Rice, Clemsy Pearson. I believe he signed with Rice, and he's the last one we've had here that even signed Division I. So I do not know of any others. There's no pictures or anything in the hallway, so I'm going off of that, and nobody's brought it to my attention. I'm sure if they hear this and we did, they will bring it to my attention, but right. I do not know of any.
From best you can tell, though,
yes, sir.
From best you can tell, Richie might be the first Power 5 commit
yes.
that the program's ever had.
Yes, sir.
It's different. Like, I get a lot of attention, being from this side of town, and it's not being very known for people to go, where I'm going, especially as a quarterback too.
Richie's specific path hasn't proven conventional either. Always taller than most his age, hoops had his attention growing up, but not his heart.
Even though you didn't have a love for basketball, you looked at it as maybe that's my ticket to something.
Right, right.
And you loved football, but you thought, I'm not going to play beyond high school probably.
Yeah, it's really what it was.
Although for a bit, it seemed like Richie might not even make it to high school football.
When he first started, he tried out as a kicker. He started out, he didn't make that at all.
Nah, I'm not really a kicker. I tried out for kicker one time, and it went, not as I expected.
He went up and he thought that he was going to kick the ball so hard, and when he went up to try for that, to kick the ball, he just, tried kicking it so hard that he just fell right on his back, and everybody, including the coaches and the parents, they just laughed at him so hard. And he came up to me after practice and he said, "Did you see that?" We were like, "Yeah, we all saw that, Richie." And
it's like Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Because he just kind of laid there. He wasn't hurt or anything. He just kind of turtled and stayed there.
Though he never again kicked, he did settle in as a tight end, then a right tackle. And when he got to high school, he played some safety. But all the while, his arm strength grew as he did. And so when Cardinals quarterback Alejandro Escamilla graduated, the overnight story began.
All the coaches were just telling him, this is your team now, you know what I mean? Take leadership and let's roll with this because you're the next man up. And I was like, and I didn't hesitate to think, I knew that after the football season, I was like, I'm the next guy up. So I was just, I was ready for it. I was excited for it, and I was just looking forward to it. I was a little nervous, you know what I mean? Not playing big time football, not playing outside leagues football, just more of the little leagues. So I was ready for it, but I was nervous at the same time because I didn't know what to expect.
What we got was San Antonio's coming out party. Though he played in just 7 games because of an already shortened, delayed, COVID-affected season, Torres threw for more than 1,100 yards and 18 touchdowns. He rushed for 5 more on his way to district offensive MVP honors.
It's amazing when you see him live and when you stand next to him when he throws the ball. I only had 2 quarterbacks that you could hear the ball come out of his hand. He's one of them. So he's got a unique skill set. He's a 6'6" guy that has movement, that very mobile, that has a rocket arm. He can make every throw under the sun. The thing that's very impressive, he can be on the right hash and throw a 20-yard out on the left side, and put it right where it needs to be, and it's a missile. And he can throw to a guy out of the backfield running down the sideline, lob it up, touch pass.
A hometown college noticed from the get-go.
I was just lifting, and then I get a Twitter from UTSA. I'm like, whoa, that's big. You know what I mean? They're just saying they're recruiting me and they're happy to be recruiting me. So I was like, that's big. It made me real happy. I sent it to all my friends and my family, and they were really happy. So that was really when it happened.
What would happen next would prove quite the whirlwind.
When it first started, it was just nonstop. His phone was ringing, text messages. We couldn't even get him to talk, to get him in the same room because there was constantly a coach on the phone. His text messages were going off. His Twitter page was just going crazy.
The dining room table is full of letters from different schools. It's covered in letters. And I feel once he got one call, it was just call after call every night. He would get either a Zoom call or a phone call every night that would last for hours.
Wyoming, San Diego State, and Tulsa joined fellow Division I program UTSA in pursuit, but so did a handful of Power Fives. Washington State, Utah, Kansas State also came calling, as did a certain traditional power that shares the same colors as his Southside Cardinals.
When I got Nebraska, it was Big Ten, and my dad was like, wow, that's Big Ten, dude. You're playing Ohio State, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Illinois. You're playing some, top, the best of the best. And when I realized that, I was like, wow, this is for real, and it's Power 5. This is national televised. I thought it was really cool. It was really eye-popping, and it was a shocker, really, to me because I didn't see that really in myself. But once I got it, now I'm starting to, believe it a little bit.
The Cornhuskers sealed the deal with Richie during a visit in early June.
It really feels like home. It's a small town feel, and that's just like I don't live in the city. I live more out here, more towards the 20 minutes out of the city. So it's kind of similar. You know what I mean? Like it gives home vibes.
Nebraska hopes to have him on campus by the spring. It would mean a member of the Torres family would attend college for the first time. The kind of move that alters the course of a family, and in Richie's case, potentially the course of a community as well.
Being Hispanic, being from the south side of San Antonio, do you think about that in terms of this whole process and how it's not common for a kid who's got your type of last name, your skin color, is from your type of neighborhood to be not only being recruited, but recruited as a quarterback?
Yeah.
As a quarterback to Power Fives.
It's crazy. It's I take a lot of pride into it, really. I love my community. I love this place. Like, this is just my home. Like, I'll always call this place home. I could have chose to go to different schools, like switch to 6A, go here, go there, team up with this guy, but that wasn't really in my interest. I wanted to represent where I was from because I love this place, and like I said, I love my people, I love the community, I love what they do for me, and I just want to give back to them because they've done a lot for me, they've supported me.
There's every reason to believe that support will only grow, especially as Richie's career does. It's a journey those who know the game say could end up on the ultimate stage.
He's got what you see on Sundays. He's got what you see. Those guys, all 6'6" quarterbacks. They're playing in the NFL. So I mean, it's just the reality of it.
It would prove a new reality for the kid who did not start his first 2 years in high school, the soon-to-be first-generation college student, the kid blazing a trail while on a dreamlike journey, the kid from the South Side.
I just know when I make it big, if I make it big, I want to definitely come back here and spread some love.
The Spurs are back, and so is Victor Wembanyama, and so is Devin Vassell. A very, very good evening as we welcome you into Spurs Live, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The Silver and Black return from a 3-game road trip. They wrapped with that win in Golden State. So after losses in Houston and Sacramento, why to bounce back against the Warriors? So what do you say? Let's do it again. And like Saturday, Golden State going to be without Steph Curry. The future Hall of Famer going to miss tonight's ball game. He rolled his ankle in a loss to Chicago on Thursday. MRI coming out clean, but the Warriors taking these couple of days as a precautionary note, seeing how that ankle responds. For the Spurs, 2 big differences from Saturday as they look to make it 2 for 2 against the Warriors and a home and home. Victor Wembanyama back after missing consecutive contests for the first time.
It's a big drought, and hopefully this will be the year that gets changed.
I would say they're off to a pretty good offseason so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of Pop, the 5-year contract surprised you a little bit?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Before we had the number 1 pick, I thought he was going to retire, and come drink some wine with me in my vineyard,
With the only man fast enough to escape that explosion from Bane that blew up Gotham Stadium, at least the field. And a man so versatile that he's a Super Bowl MVP and a Dancing with the Stars champion. And now he's the coach of XFL San Antonio, Hines Ward.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you there. Pleasure.
We appreciate it.
I'm glad to be here.
You wear a lot of hats. 10 years later, and he looks exactly the same. How'd you do it, Coach?
I don't look the same, man. I don't look the same. I saw a picture of me from the last deal. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was not, no. Anyhow.
We appreciate the time, Coach.
All right, brother.
All right, we'll see you soon. On the verge, if he can convert a 3rd and 5 here of leading Sotomayor to a come-from-behind victory. 1:26 to go. 3rd and 5. McAdory in motion. Lets it go, Desmond. See, McAdory had it. Bless his heart. He wants it back.
I thought he was going to do push-ups right there for not catching it. Oh,
That's tough.
that is tough.
So it's come down to this play for now. Only one timeout remains for Sotomayor. So if you're thinking, well, if worst comes to worst, no, they don't have all three of their timeouts. 120, 4th and 5 at the 33. Moon, shotgun, looking left, up the middle, has a seam, keeps, lets it go, incomplete! Wouldn't be a KSAT Pigskin Classic if it wasn't a game like this. Boy, you saw it go back and forth, but in the end, Clark really showing that not only is talented, they're young, but they're also very, very good. And look out, everybody else, come 2025.
For sure.